Hello everyone, my name is Ken Mae, and today we are here for a new installment in Project Resplendent, the series where I go with characters that still do not have any resplendent attire, and by popular choice, I actually gave them a new attire. So, lamest description ever, but I'm quite happy we are already at the third installment, and I'm happy that the latest real Resplendent announced was Sarah, so this one is not for nothing. So today we are actually going to work with Jaffar, and especially Jaffar in the Emblem attire, because as we know, Nino got the Emblem attire as well. So I think that was a nod from the person who actually chose Embla Jaffar. I'm truly sorry, I don't remember who it was, so please be sure to leave the info in the comments. Oh, by the way, before I start, we're close to the 500 subscribers, so it'd be pretty nice if we could get that before the end of the year. But okay, let's start right away. So for once, what I did was, before going straight ahead in drawing the character, I actually took some time to look at what the current design looked like and take all the characters we already have in the corresponding realm to see what could be replaced by what. To give you an idea, my main reference were Brave Veronica and Veronica, basically, mostly for the capes and the headset, also the feathers around the Angel of Death. Is called the Angel of Death, so it was very fitting to have these black wings around him. I also went with a Tiki and Veronica for the belt. I tried a few things, basically. We'll have time to elaborate on that. But my inspirations were mostly Nino, Bruno, Veronica, and actually I took a bit of inspiration from Sanaki. She had a few things interesting design-wise, but we'll see how things go along. And you might also have noticed that for once I did a small sketch, not even in the middle of the page, just to make sure I had a good pause for what I wanted to do. It was quite hard to find the right setup. Of all people, I actually took inspiration from Chad. I thought his pose was nice, but in the end, Jaffar is just going to put his hand on his daggers, like he's ready for action. Jaffar was quite interesting to work with for multiple simple reasons, but as you may know, if you know me as an artist, I have a hard time drawing men. So it was really nice working with Jaffar and getting him quite right. As you might have noticed, I first went with something Brave Veronica had as a headpiece, but I stuck with what base Veronica has later. It feels more simple, more elegant with Jaffar's design as a whole, and a bit more practical, let's be honest. Of course, the resplendent attire has to be somewhat flashy, somewhat interesting, but Jaffar is also an assassin, so I had to bear that in mind. So, a little bracelet to replace the bandage. His clothes are going to be less tattered. That's going to make a nice change, right? For him. So, let's not forget the tattoo. I guess since I'm working on the hair here, basically I already gave you a few ideas why I went with I already gave you my reference, so I guess I can actually talk about Sarah as our next Resplendent. I am beyond happy that we're finally getting healers. Yeah, we're finally getting... Healers are getting nice things. Who would have thought? So really, honestly, I'm really happy that healers have a chance. Maybe that means that we're going to finally have, refined for healers, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. And that leaves a lot of possibilities. It's interesting that they started with Sarah. I thought they would have started with a 5-star, but it's also nice to give these older units some love. I kind of struggle with the hand on this dagger, I'll be honest, but things eventually went well. These daggers are pretty small. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jaffar. So instead of going for a bow, I went with a sash that was closer to what Jaffar usually had. It was really nice working on the muscle details of Jaffar. Honestly, I think, having the reference, the original art of Jaffar was actually pretty helpful, but nonetheless, I think it made the piece overall really interesting. So here I went with Sanaki's shoes, something along the lines, because when you think about it, Sanaki also had sandals, and this is what they got turned into, so it was a pretty interesting design. I also tried to have what the loose trousers that Sanaki had, but a bit less ample like Sanaki's, right? Like making sure it looked a bit more like what Jaffar had. But you're going to see later that I'm actually going to change what I did. So from Sanaki, only the sandals are going to remain, with a little pattern here. So it's interesting to think of the capes, because when you look at the capes of Brave Veronica and Bruno, they're actually split in parts, and I thought it'd be interesting to keep this aesthetic for the simple reason that usually Jaffar, his cape is a bit, damaged, so it could reflect that without him looking like a hobo. I'm sorry, Jaffar, he would murder me if he listened to me, but thankfully he is a character. He's a JPEG. One thing I wasn't sure, so we're going already with the color here. One thing I wasn't sure about was what to make of the exterior of the cape, because Emblem capes are, more often than not, the exterior is white, and I wanted to keep that, but I was afraid that it would be too much white for the Angel of Death. But eventually I think it brought a pretty nice balance. And you can think of his the headpiece directly linked to his shirt. Well, the thing that serves as a shirt. As you can see, I wanted to have one leg white and the other leg dark, like Sanaki, but in the end, it didn't work well. I actually showed that to my friend Swift, and he told me that it was interesting, but it made him look a bit too Ascarian. So I actually changed a few things, and mainly I changed the cut. I tried to find the right cut, and eventually I went with what the sleeves of Nino. I thought that would be a pretty nice reminder of their link. And so you have the white base of the trousers, so a little bit of white here and there, but not too overpowering. And here we go with details, and we're going to go with the shading. fun silhouette here. But yeah, honestly, I'm really happy with that piece. We're going to go through the shading now, but I'm really happy with what I did. I think it was pretty intense, trying to find the right balance between intimidating, and now I think you can actually see his intimidating look. Like, is that an angel of death or what? Working a bit on the muscles as well. Yeah, honestly, I don't always draw men, but whenever I manage to get them to look as dashing as that, let's be honest, I'm really proud. Actually, I went with pink instead of blue for the shadows here, to, keep some kind of balance between colors. I wonder if blue couldn't have worked, honestly. But I went with pink anyway. Well, kind of pink. Dullish pink. And honestly, there are a lot of possibilities for Jaffar as a Resplendent, but I feel that if he were to look like that as an Emblem character, yeah, that would fit him pretty well. Especially the wings. Like, come on. That would be a missed opportunity for the Angel of Death. And I think he'd be noticing the white in his outfit and be like, "Oh, white! Why am I having white in my outfit? White isn't a stealthy. White isn't a stealthy color. I might get caught, but oh well. I guess that makes the challenge even more interesting." And so yeah, that was Embla Jaffar. So next one is actually going to be Hel Henry, and don't forget, I have all the units that I need for the rest. So please let me know in the comments which should be the next one after Henry. We are going to get Soren for Nifl, Mae for Dokalfa, Seliph for Yosalfa, Nephenee for Jotun Nephenee, and a special unit for deadlier. I'm not going to spoil that, but let me know which unit you'd like to see first among those. And again, thank you very much for the warm welcome you give this series. Each time it's always a blessing. It feels like a blessing being able to share that with you. And I'm not going to dilly-dally much longer. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope you're doing okay. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, everyone. Bye-bye!